I went out and I bought so many suits on a credit card. Like I had a credit card from my divorce, and
Right.
I would go to whatever it was called. I forget the store. The guy's name was Bob Schultz, and I would get a suit from him every week, and it would always have to have a label inside. Even if this, I would get like a label to put in there because Lenny Clark, when he did the set that night, his jacket opened and he had a label in there. I loved that look on stage. I tried it for a year, and then I had to finally fucking give back the suits because it
And
wasn't working for me.
do
But
you
I
think it's
didn't know
because
until I tried.
was it was it that you didn't feel comfortable? Do you think the audience didn't like? Not that
The
they didn't
audience
believe that
wasn't
you'd wear a
buying
suit.
it. Audience
Yeah.
wasn't buying it. You can't put a silk hat on a pig. The audience was not fucking buying it. And I'm okay with that. They want me to be a hooded sweatshirt, sneakers, Adidas, jeans. That all came to play later on. I used to wear work boots on stage. That don't work. I'm not a construction fucking worker. How do I find this out? By trying. Trying.
I I love I'm very lucky to get to go and do some shows with Josh Wolf every once in a while, and he told me that he would do, like, experiments for a year. Like, for a year, he sat down on stage. For a year, he walked around. For a year, he left it in the stand, and, like, like so it's to me, it's so scary to test things out like that because I feel like every time I do a set anywhere, I'm audition like, trying to prove that I belong there.
Well, that's
So,
the other
like
thing. I was thinking about that, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, but let's say you're a feature act. Let's say you're an MC and you go to, let's just make up a club, Joey's Steakhouse. And then you go the first year as an MC. Then the second year, he really likes you and he puts you as a feature. And then he puts you in there again as a feature. Now you're in there one MC and two feature times. He pretty much likes you. You know what? On a Thursday night and on a Wednesday night, I don't know why you're not experimenting. On a Sunday night, I don't know why you're not experimenting. They already like you. You're not going to lose your. I get the first two times you perform there, you want to be like, listen, nobody wants to eat a bag of shit, but you got to try you got to try your new stuff, and you have to. I really like. Listen, man, I love stand up, and I love being impressed by stand up. I love watching a stand up and going, fuck, fuck, and saying I could never do that today. I
right.
can't do that today. Tomorrow, maybe in a year. So I always like to keep it fresh. You know me. You've worked with me for years. You know that I like to even move my material from set to set, even if it's just a material change, because
Oh,
that'll
you
throw them off. How many fucking people come to the early show and the late show? How many
a
fucking times
ton.
would I do a show in Chicago and then the dumb agent would book me like in Toledo, Ohio, and it's the same fucking audience 4 hours away? Now they're telling me, I went to see you in Chicago, and I'm like, God damn it. I got to come up with material out of my ass because I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if it's one day or 6 months ago. If you see me within a year, I should have new material.
Well,
When I come to your town once a year, every 18 months,
right.
I should have a new 45 minutes. There should not be a joke heard. There should not be so many fucking things.
But the
And I'm
crazy
like,
thing with you
God, bro.
was even way before I started stand up when like back with It's Either You or the Priest, the first thing that we did, the first CD that we did, everyone else when they're recording a CD or a special does they might move around the order a little bit, they might change a word here or there. You never did the same joke the same way. Now, like it blew my mind, and it would annoy me because I was trying to edit it between it. But like you, I don't even know. I to this day, I don't know how you did that.
Well, it's 20 years, Lee. It's 20 years. At the end of 20 years, if you don't have a complete grasp on this art, you didn't work this fucking art. Okay. If you don't have a complete grasp of it, somebody told me that's great that you're doing comedy 10 years. Come see me when you're doing comedy 20 years. And I gotta be honest with you, they were right. I saw a lot of improvement, a lot of confidence, a lot of remember I told you that towards the before the pandemic, that last year before the pandemic, I was learning things. I was going on stage and doing something and going, where the fuck did I get that from? Not to you or anybody else, to myself. And for some reason, my mind would take me to the specific night where I was in Montana or Salt Lake City doing a triple run or doing some club. Who the fuck knows? But I would say, wow, thank God I did that night, because I would have never done it. Like, it's just crazy. You just improve, but you got to give it a fucking chance. And now with Instagram and Twitter and all this shit, it makes the comedian take 50% of his time to work on that, when he should just be focused on the stand-up part of it for the first 5 or 4 years. I would, because I know I'm just pissing somebody off on Instagram with my stupid fucking jokes.
Right. And you know what? There's been a lot of talk, and and it doesn't even matter about the specific comic, but there's been a lot of talk about how much of your act is coming from truth and how much of it is made up. Do you have any opinion on being able to, not fabricate, but make things funny and change what happened? And
Let me give you what story here that I always thought about. I was very scared of always doing this joke. I was petrified of doing this joke, Lee. And when I would do it, I would go, fuck, I'm done after tonight. I'm going to wake up on Monday and there's going to be a notice at my door. And there's going to be 3 police officers with an animal control animal, because people will just believe anything. I had a joke that I did coke with my cat.
okay, yeah.
Okay. The story of the matter was, let's get down to basics. One night I came home fucked up on coke, or I was getting coked up there. And the cat came over to me, and anybody who's done cocaine, you're lonely. So I kind of started talking to the cat, like, what do you think? And I caught myself and I'm going, am I fucking retarded? In that whole conversation, like, I thought that he was talking back to me. Like, not like with his words, like, hey, you're a fucking idiot, but telepathically, just again, in my cocaine-derived mind in 2001 or 2002. And one night, I was really fucked up, and he came out to sit with me. He wouldn't sit with me. He'd sit right here by the computer, and I'd be on the computer making believe I wasn't coked out, but I really was. Just
Right.
so the fucking guy in the circle there that's watching me wouldn't see me doing coke. I would hide from the little circle.
From the camera.
Yeah. And I gave him, one night I took a coke rock and he sniffed it. Like, his nose, the coke rock wouldn't have fit in his fucking nose.